Gym owners, if you are looking for the easiest way to create an even bigger impact on your clients and improve the profitability and revenue at your gym, well, then you want to keep your clients staying longer. In this video, I'm going to cover 3 must-do tips to help your clients stick around longer. My name is Mark Fisher from businessforunicorns.com, and we are talking about one of my favorite topics, retention. Now, for obvious reasons, sales, marketing gets a lot of energy, gets a lot of attention, and that makes sense because number one, it's sexy to be able to sell and market. And number 2, it is very quantifiable. There's a very short feedback loop between trying a new offer, a new sales technique, and getting more people in the door. However, retention is challenging because it's impacted by all sorts of factors, some of which aren't even in your control. Having said that, that doesn't mean that we should just accept that, yeah, people are gonna leave. Yeah, it's true. On a long enough time scale, everyone does leave. Sad to say, that's kind of a sad thought, but I'm gonna give you 3 must-do tips that are gonna help you keep your clients longer. Tip number 1. You must have a dialed-in sales conversation. Now, you may be thinking there, but Mark, I thought we were talking about retention. Here's the thing, friendos. If you really want to keep your clients staying longer, a lot of things that happen in the sales conversation is actually going to facilitate that goal. Remember, sales conversations are just a very particular type of coaching conversation. You're going to use this conversation to really build value for the way you have built your services to help support them in achieving the particular goals they want, as well as to mitigate the obstacles and the things that historically have gotten in their way. And finally, a good sales conversation also has an element of really beginning the onboarding process. The reality is, for most clients in a training-centric gym are gonna need some help learning how to do what it is they need to do to achieve those goals. This includes everything from the things they need to be doing when they're not at the gym. So if you really wanna help your clients stick around longer, you gotta dial in that sales process. And bonus tip, you can combat buyer's remorse, which is a very normal thing that virtually everyone has, particularly when you make a big commitment, like a big ticket commitment to a training gym and you've signed up for a year and then you walk out and you're feeling so good with a salesperson. Now you're like, oh wait, I spent that money. Oh no, what? That was a lot of money. Combat that. Send them a personalized video within 24 hours. Just do it on your phone. Keep it nice and simple. Hey, Mrs. Rossini, this is Mark from Mark Fisher Fitness. I just want to reiterate, I am so excited to see that you're joining us here at MFF. I know your goal of X is super important to you. And as we talked about, this is the specific X thing that we do here that I just know is gonna help you finally achieve that goal. And if you want more help on sales stuff, go ahead in the description box below and click on the link for my video, 3 ways to improve your sales results. And while you're down there, why not hit the subscribe button? It's like I'm hypnotizing you. Tip number 2, create a particular SOP for your staff for the first visit. A lot of our ability to win this client for the long term is how cared for they feel in the beginning. So what might an SOP for a first visit look like? Well, it's gonna depend on your culture and how you wanna approach this, but a couple ideas of things you could consider. Number 1, have some sort of whiteboard or chalkboard perhaps, and before the first session they come in, write their name up there, make them feel really special. Another idea, maybe you send them a video or voice message in the 24 hours before to reiterate how excited you are that they're coming in and checking out the gym. Something we do at MFF in our SOPs for the first visit is it's very important for us to always identify who is coming in for the first session of the trial. And we train our front desk team, called them the Rainbow Wranglers, and the trainers to really go out of their way to, if possible, greet the person by name, which you can sometimes do via little social media stalking, not to get too creepy here. And then the Wranglers do 3 other things. Number 1, they're gonna reference their goals, which we've already written into our booking platform, which we use as a light CRM. Number 2, we introduce Mrs. Rossini to one other client, one other ninja. And then number 3, the Rainbow Wrangler makes the connection for the new ninja with one of our trainers, and then the trainer can also reference the goals. I gotta be real with you, this is a perfect world, and honestly, it doesn't always happen because, listen, sometimes they're running in 5 minutes late, they're super disheveled, but at the very least, the Rainbow Wrangler should be introducing them to the coach and doing a nice handoff so it feels like there's this long, cohesive process that is really making this person feel very welcome on their first ever visit to the Ninja Clubhouse. Your third tip, also relating to the onboarding, is how do we do check-ins? Because here's the thing, they're making their decision about whether they're gonna stick around for 1, 2, 7, years within the first month or two. So we like to have check-ins periodically to make sure that they don't sign up for a membership and then we ignore them. I think a lot of training gyms would benefit from some sort of regular pulse of doing a dedicated check-in, maybe even a sit down with your members. At MFF, we do a 30-day and a 60-day check-in, and soon enough, we're actually gonna be adding a 14-day check-in because we wanna make sure that nobody is falling off the fitness train when they're starting with us at MFF. Another consideration there, particularly if you have a bigger gym like MFF, is how can you use automations to support this process? So we have a fulfillment series that starts on their first day that knows to do automated texting and email to check in with these ninjas, and then if the ninjas are not responding to our request for feedback to make sure they're having a good time, that will trigger an action from someone on our team to actually look at their account and give them a phone call. And if I can give one other sub tip related to the tip I just gave is, yes, on the one hand, you want to use automation as scale as whenever possible, but number two, do not underestimate phone calls or in-person conversations, because at the end of the day, most people have gotten a little bit jaded by electronic communications from businesses. Ultimately, a lot of the magic here from customer service is doing the human things that are not scalable. So listen, I think we all wish we could have a business in a box, right? Where you press the buttons and the robots do it all for you, but that's not really the way it works, I think, with a very successful training gym. Not if you're really looking to create the kind of human and meaningful relationships that will not only lead to better retention and better revenue and profitability for your business, but will also help you create the types of relationships that can support the coaching and behavior change necessary to make the impact you want in your clients' lives. Those are just 3 quick tips. I hope you go ahead and take action immediately, roll them out, get those clients staying around longer. All right, friends, thanks as always for watching these videos here. If you feel so inclined and want to give me a subscribe, it would make my heart soar like an eagle. I'll catch you next time for another video with more actionable tips, psychological frameworks, and philosophy.